All right. Well, thank you guys all for being here today. So excited to talk creative, talk business, learn from each other, be inspired by one another, and go into the 2025 season strong. I am really excited to talk to y'all today a little bit about communicating your value clearly to your ideal client. And the title of my talk is called "Okay, Let's Kiss." Thank you very much. So, my name is Shelby Dempsey. If you are not familiar with me or with the Sixpence, we are a purpose-built and designed venue in the greater Indianapolis area. The venue is built entirely from scratch. We designed it from scratch, which is really important to us, and you're going to see some of that come through in the talk here today. But this talk isn't about me, it's about you. So, we have a problem. You might be a talented and passionate wedding professional with a unique and intentional approach, and you're still missing out on bookings from some of your ideal clients. Does anybody feel like that in the room here? I feel like that sometimes. That pain point that exists within your business, whether you're super booked and whether you're super successful and still meeting your sales goals, you are still spending time on those conversations or generating media for your online platforms. And if they are not connecting with your ideal client, that is time and energy wasted. So today we're going to talk a little bit about 3 things that we can do to clarify this. So we're going to start with what's happening, why it's happening, and then a way that you can fix it. The tool I'm going to share with you at the end of the talk today isn't the only way to get clarity in your business, but it is really helpful. So first, what's the KISS theory? Does anybody know? Keep it simple. Yes, keep it simple, stupid. Yes. So this theory originated in the 1960s, US Navy. It goes back quite a ways, but obviously the main point of this theory is that you are overcomplicating it. And for someone who's listening to you explain something, they are going to retain it, remember it, and understand it if it's clear. And if you are confusing them by telling them things they don't need to know, using too many adjectives, or any variation of that, you are going to lose their attention and you're going to confuse them enough that they won't take it away with them. They won't be able to remember. We all do this, especially in the wedding industry. The wedding industry loves adjectives, lots of them. Put them in a sentence, pretty sentences. We love pretty sentences on pretty websites with beige font. We love that. And sometimes we are missing the ideal client because we're confusing them. So today we're going to talk about keeping it simple, stupid. So 1, this is our problem. You're confusing them. You are confusing your clients. Some of them, some of your potential clients that would be a great fit for you are not inquiring with you because they're confused or you're blending in with the rest of your competitors. So first, beyond the fact that we know that people have like a 2.5 second attention span on the internet, couples who are planning their wedding are often doing it for the first and the last time, which means that they're not educated on your industry and they're not professionals or experts in what it takes to plan a wedding. And they shouldn't have to be. They shouldn't have to be an expert on how to plan a wedding in order to work with you, in order to throw an epic party and do something, plan a wedding that really reflects them. So as you think about what this means in your marketing and your communication online, you have to go back to the basics over and over again. You can't just say it once, what you do and why you do it, and then move on to all your creative campaigns and never go back to the heart of the message. I think oftentimes because we're creatives, we like to say our piece, like, okay, I'm a wedding photographer that specializes in documentary style and effortless imagery. And an experience working with me on wedding day is going to feel true to you. I'm going to feel like your BFF, and it's going to be a ton of fun. Here are all these styled shoots I did over here. And here's all the reasons why I decided I wanted to be a photographer. And this is my favorite gallery from last year. And we've moved away from the client's experience. We've moved away from the number one thing that's important for them to take away from your website with them, right? Or from your social media. We are focusing too much on perhaps details and supporting actors and not the main character, the client. So in your marketing, a quick way you can clarify this and make sure you're going back to the most important thing every single time, focus on what you do, why you do it, and what the outcome of working with you is. We're going to talk about that more in a minute. Okay, you're confusing them because you're confusing yourself. A lot of times, the reason that the problem exists is because we are doing so much spinning our wheels trying to be successful. Of course we want that. We want to find our ideal clients. We want to be successful. We want to be doing something cutting edge online. And so what we do is sometimes we stand up and we look around and we say, what is everybody else doing? What's working for that girl over there? Oh, she has 100,000 likes on that reel. Should I be doing reels every single day? Oh, I saw this planner. She did a 30-day resource video series. Should I be doing that? I'm going to start doing that. You can't patchwork together your strategy because then it's not your strategy. You have to go back to you and why you started in the industry and what's going to work for you. So stop looking around so much and trust yourself. You're going to hear me say that a lot today. Full creative pass holders have heard me say it like 5 times already. But you really do. You have to trust yourself. You got into this business in this industry for a reason. You are the girl for the job for a reason. Go back to what that is. Okay, what I just said. You should be spending your time studying your buyers more often than you are studying other sellers. So we talked about this a little bit earlier, but listening to your clients. What are they asking for? What are they looking for? What do they want? Remaining in communication with them. Some of the best creatives are the ones that engage in two-way communication online. So somebody that I see doing this a lot is Shay. Shay will get on her stories and she'll be like, tell me what's going on with you this week. Tell me what are you looking for right now? Is it restaurants? Is it date night? What is it? How can I support you? And she's crafting offerings based on what her followers are looking for. And you won't know if you don't ask. So ask them, study your buyer. And then, like I said, take it back to the basics. Why did you get into this industry? And what makes you the best person for the job? Okay, 3, so let's get some clarity here. We are going to work on your one-liner today, and this is just one tool that you can use to create clarity in your business messaging. Okay, so important. This is not an elevator pitch. It's not a paragraph. When someone asks you what you do, it's not, the next 5 minutes you explain to them why and this is your job and how the industry looks and why you're this niche. You are just going to boil it down to one sentence. That's your one-liner. Okay, this is a little bit difficult because you have to be so clear and you have to keep it short, so it's going to make it a little difficult, but that's why it works. I first learned about this concept when I listened to the Building a Story Brand podcast by Donald Miller. Highly recommend. Has anybody here listened to it before? Kayla, okay, some hands. Phenomenal. Keeps it clear, keeps it authentic. Really recommend if you need one. There's a ton of episodes. Okay, so this is what you do to build your one-liner. This is the equation. You're going to identify your customer's problem. Then you're going to explain your plan to them. Your plan is your product, what you offer. And then you're going to tell them the successful ending to their story. A couple of things before I move on. Your one-liner, it's really important. It's not about you. It's about your customer's journey. It's about your customer's experience working with you. In the same way that I didn't get up here today and say, I'm Shelby and I have 2 dogs. One of them's named Hippo and the other one's Delilah. And Delilah's kind of crazy sometimes. And Seth's behind the bar today and that's my husband and we own this together and it's lots of fun. I got up here and I said, we have a problem because my talk today is about you. It's not about me. In the same way, your one-liner does the same thing. Okay, so I'm going to show you the Sixpences and we're going to talk through it. So the Sixpences one-liner goes like this. Couples shouldn't have to choose between functionality and aesthetics when it comes to their wedding venue. So we purpose-built the Sixpence for headache-free and stunning celebrations. Okay, so here in red, this is the client's problem. This is the customer dilemma. Oftentimes couples have to select a wedding venue where it is stunning and the photos will come out great, but there's no handicap accessibility. There's not enough parking. There's no AC. There's not enough bathrooms, or vice versa. It's a beautiful ballroom, plenty of AC, but man, that carpet should have been changed 10 years ago. And that's what we boiled it down to. That was the customer dilemma. Not that they couldn't find wedding venues in this city, because they could, but we knew that curating one with aesthetics and functionality in mind would be key. So next, this is our product. This is our plan. We purpose-built the Sixpence. We didn't just build it. We purpose built it. That's a huge part of our marketing, has to be included in our one-liner. And finally, 4 headache-free and stunning celebrations. This is the outcome of booking a venue that's purpose-built, like the Sixpence. This is the end of the client story. This is the successful effect that is created by working with you. Okay, just said this a little bit, but a reminder. It's about them, it's about the client experience, and it's about the journey they're gonna take with you. And it makes the client the hero. It makes you the guide. That is so important in sales and marketing. It's not about you. It supports your life, you love it, you're passionate about it, but it really is about the client. So how do we make sure that our online messaging supports that? And finally, the one-liner concept forces you to keep it simple, stupid. This exercise is difficult. When Brooks and I sat down to do it, it took us several rounds. We chopped it and we put it together all different ways and we replaced verbiage, but it's a good exercise and it will hopefully get your wheels turning. It's okay if it's hard, it's good if it's hard, and talking to people around you can really help as you decide to craft your one-liner. So grab me later, we can have a drink and talk about getting yours started. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Again, my name is Shelby, here with the Sixpence. Looking forward to connecting with all of you online. Here are a couple of our handles, and Brooks here is up next.